Aloha and welcome back to the channel. Now this is not a completion update by any means. This is kind of a status update and lessons learned. So first I will tell you that never ever use plywood if you're doing this. You'll notice that there's been a lot of tearing. It's because plywood is the wrong material, and I've learned this. So what I'm going to do to fix this is I'm just going to get wood putty, fair it in, sand it down, and paint it to match. There's a couple other areas here that I'm going to hand paint as well, but I think the wood putty is going to make it more presentable. Up here I have the annunciator that was from Captain Bob. I got to put the test switch in over here. It's dangling off the back right now, but it just needs to be popped in. This is the altimeter. Altimeter just built. Everything has free range of motion, and my Colesman, I believe, the window works. Now, mine's a little different than Captain Bob's because when you're building his instruments, it's kind of important that not only your paper printer be set the same way, so that the actual stickers or the gauges match the width of the window, but that your 3D printer be very well calibrated. Now, I have a decent 3D printer. I have a FlashForge Adventure 3 Lite. It's a pretty good printer. I would recommend it. But mine's not as tweaked as his. So my pieces parts weren't quite as good as his, I don't think. And my window was a little off, so I actually had to go in with a small cutting wheel and open my window up, the plastic wise, so I could actually see the numbers. I could have tweaked with the sticker as well, but my home printer is a Hewlett Packard. It only works off an application, and the application itself doesn't have a lot of functionality. It has a pinch zoom functionality for resizing, and if you're trying to get very precise on resizing these stickers, the pinch zoom just doesn't do it. So lesson learned. Yeah, definitely probably invest in a better printer. Definitely the hardest gauge out of all of these that I've built, though. If you're looking to start printing these gauges and do it, and I highly recommend it, I would start with any other gauge than this one. The VSI and the tack I have over here. Now, he doesn't have a tack on his videos or his website, I don't believe. But you can use the VSI, the exact same, I think it's a stepper motor. Use the stepper motor and just print out the face of a tack, put it on, and it'll work. You just have to calibrate it a little differently, but it's super easy. I did it without watching any videos. It was that easy. Altimeter, super hard to do. I'm going to tell you that because my stuff was printed a little bit off of his, I had to make tweaks along the way. But yeah, so again, the annunciator panel from him is up here. Now over here, you're going to see another window cutout. This over here is a 16:2 LCD display, and I'm just going to put the OAT over here, so I'm going to get my voltage, and I'm going to get my temperature in Celsius. Similar to what the Cessna has, I just don't have that little gauge, so I'm just throwing in a 16:2 up here. And all these areas you see that still need touch up, that's going to get touched up by hand. The rest of this was spray painted, but during my touch up, which is probably in the next few days, I'm going to do the repair here, and then I'm just going to take a small brush and fill in everything else. And then I'm going to get the plexiglass onto these. But so far so good. Even with what I've learned about using the plywood for this, the tearing, even with that, I will say it was worth it because I know how to fix some of this. And I know that wood filler is going to do it. So definitely a worthwhile project. I definitely am happy with everything so far. And tomorrow's going to be the far more frustrating day of getting everything wired up again. We'll see how it goes. I don't anticipate having this thing fully up and running for a few days. I think I'm going to be in the testing phase, and that's one of those things. If you're a cockpit builder, which is way different than just like in flight sims, I've learned this, because some people can just play on that screen and be fat, dumb, and happy. I can't do it. So for me, if you get into this whole hobby of building your own cockpits, you probably spend 80 to 90% of your time on the build and 10% of the time enjoying what you've built. And for me, even when I had my setup downstairs and even when I had this setup, I was happy for a little while, and then I was like, nope, I need more. Like one of the things that I'm already going to do to this, each one of these has a small opening in the top that you can put an LCD in, or an LED light. Well, that's what's going to happen. I already have the dimmer switch, so I'm going to wire in an LED into each one of these displays so that I can dim the gauges in the same way you could in the cockpit. And I already have everything. I have the LEDs, I have all the wiring. I'm just going to use the power part and the ground part here. I'm going to wire them all to there, put that on the back here, and then have that go down to a switch. So super easy, super simple, but that's coming. And that's probably going to be tomorrow as well. So another quick update. Thanks for watching if you stay with me, and wish me luck, because I will tell you that this is definitely something you need a wee bit of luck on. So stay safe out there, and as always, happy flying, and thanks for watching.